gosh, we're back.
Hi.
Yeah, the feed cut out, so now we got part 1. So it's up there now. Don't go and watch it just yet. Watch the second half. It's like how you read a novel. You read the end first, and then you go back. Well, how the fuck did that start?
Why is it all blown out again?
I don't know. I don't know.
It reset itself.
It probably did.
Whatever.
It's fine now.
We're gonna be fine.
I've got that nice penthouse,
beautiful breath.
Look, going. So I'm very sensual
Very
now.
beautiful breath.
That's right. Very beautiful breath.
The breadth of your breath.
Hey, but for part 2, we upscaled, so we got a bigger budget. So now we got this on, so that he doesn't Ryan doesn't dirty himself when he eats.
Larger budget.
Larger budget. Yep, that's what that gets you. So thanks for coming back. Again, I'm still Daniel Crozier. That hasn't changed. And I am here with HorrorHouse Fest yokels, Bo Scott, who is amazing bounty hunter, and then Ryan Poliski, who takes those bounties and makes them into sausage.
I'm also not the Night Mutilator for one of the first times in a video. So take note of that, because I always am usually the Night Mutilator.
Yeah.
Because Night Mutilator is way cooler than Ryan Poliski, because Ryan Poliski's kind of a dork.
But so's Night Mutilator. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it's kind of works out.
The difference is a wig.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That's right.
So to that, what is Night Mutilator about? What is that character? How does it fit into HorrorHouse Fest?
Okay, well, it's a pinball serial killer guy. He doesn't want you beating your high scores. Or his high scores. Don't beat his high scores ever. See, it's hard for me not to be the Night Mutilator and talk about the Night Mutilator.
Yeah, I know.
But I can't do that. So I'm like talking about myself. It's kind of like something's wrong with me.
Right.
But Night Mutilator is actually a dude who just doesn't want anybody screwing around with his scores. So if you beat his score, he's going to come after you. He's going to club you to death with something. He's going to kill you. So we made a short film that was about that. Like, don't ever touch his games. Don't try to get a high score on his game. He's going to hit you with something. Kill you. So he's always been the host of HorrorHouse Fest. Okay. Yeah. So at HorrorHouse Fest, he'll greet you at the door. Okay. I hope to meet him.
Yeah.
But he'll greet you there at the door.
Just look in the mirror, maybe?
Whatever.
Right.
But you can greet him at the door. He'll tell you about this story. He beat this girl named Winter, which is the same thing as the season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So he beat this girl at a game of pinball, and it instantly made her go away. And that's why we're going in the spring. Okay? That's the only reason why we're going in the spring. Is because the Night Mutilator defeated Winter at a game of pinball, and she is vanquished. Except for the problem is that she has come back from the dead, and she's haunting Mutiny, this crazy library place, and she's come back to haunt his scores and make sure that all his scores are getting defeated.
Oh,
but he's not going to put up with this crap, so he shows up and he helps the spirit of defeating Winter. So he'll tell you more about it. But there's the basic of what the Night Mutilator is. He's always been a pinball serial killer. He always will be. But he just wants to help out those that just want to try to beat Winter.
Right. So that's the big story behind this event, this upcoming event.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's a whole story thread, not just that each room has a theme and you just go through there, but there's an overarching story.
Yeah.
Will that be being like performed out, or is there like indications? How do you portraying that, other than you dressing up as Night Mutilator?
How do we portray the story?
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna have to just come and see that.
Ah, okay.
The Night Mutilator likes to set it up, and he'll definitely guide you through the process of what you're gonna be experiencing.
Nice.
So you're gonna experience all sorts of fun.
Nice.
Okay. You're going to have fun there. You're going to get crazy. There's going to be a ton of people watching. How many people we got watching right now? 1,000? 15,000?
I think we're a big number of 0.
200,000.
I think that Crash kind of can't. Everybody's off doing something else. They're like, "Whoa, Cosby Show's on." Come
on, people, get back with that.
So it's like, dude, it'll still be on. You can go see that.
So you're saying this whole time I'm just talking to myself?
Right. It's great. Don't worry. People will pick this up after, afterwards.
Unless there are future people, we love you.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll throw it in the trash. Don't worry.
It's all right.
It's okay. Hey, so where can we go get tickets?
You can go get tickets on Facebook. If you look up for the HorrorHouse Fest versus Winter, that is the event, and the ticket link is right there. Or you can go to bloodshedddeathbath.com.
Okay.
Okay, it's a little bit longer, a little bit harder to remember. But if you're on our Facebook channels, we have the link up on everything. We're also on Instagram, and we put the link on all our Instagram posts.
And Twitter.
Nice.
And Twitter.
Okay.
So just hit us up, Bloodshed Death Bath, HorrorHouse Fest, whatever. Just try to find us. We will get you the tickets. We want you to have the tickets. We're actually going to be giving away this last week, a little prize pack for those who pre-register.
Oh,
so
nice.
If you
There we
guys,
go. Pre-register.
Pre-register HorrorHouse
And you get
Fest.
free stuff.
You get free stuff. There'll be a goodie bag. So Mutiny's throwing some stuff in there.
Nice.
Flipper Boy's come back to town. He makes a cool little lapel pin.
Okay.
He's gonna be in there. Joe Oliver
He's
landed.
delightful.
Joe Oliver
big
is
teddy bear.
delightful. He won the arcade game at Hyperspace.
What?
Speaking of which, he was the winner.
No shit. Joe!
Where are you, Joe?
Oh, Joe.
Joe, come
We
on.
love you, Joe.
We love you. Where are you?
Joe and I are actually working on a comic book together, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still there? Are you gonna say hi to us? Like hi, like keep talking, interact with us.
So it sounds like there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Ryan, you and I years ago, we got working on, of course, HorrorHouse Fest,
Right.
and working on some film projects and stuff too. I mean, you have an extensive background in film. Can you? Obviously, the first HorrorHouse Fest was a film festival, and we got a lot of your films. Guys like Timothy Schultz.
Yeah, he had his
had-
in there.
Yeah, it was a stop motion one.
Yeah,
too,
it was.
wasn't
It's
it?
cool. It's like
Yeah. And he's
who
the
cares?
creative director of Mile High Horror Film Fest, so which is coming back this year too.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll be
this is kind of the year of horror. It seems like for Denver.
there. Right.
We got our COFOH Colorado Festival of Horror. Shameless plug. Anybody out there interested in sponsoring, becoming a sponsor, feel free to hit me up at dan@cofohhorror.com. Or you can just message me here. I reply. I also smoke signals work. I know what that means, so I'll come to you. But
He's a partier.
But yeah, there's a lot of amazing things happening in Denver with the horror community. It seems to be just
It's picked up a ton lately.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
There's like that book that came out that we have. I should have it down here, but I don't.
right
but-
from the Denver Horror Collective.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
52
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, Josh and Jameis and those guys are amazing badasses. There's another prominent local publisher, Hex Publishers. Lots of comic book stuff coming up, and next week.
Bloodlust, who made this thing, they're doing a lot of work in town. Bloodlust Productions.
Yeah. We reached out to them. I think they submitted for a table too. So hopefully they
make
get in.
awesome stuff.
Yeah, they're doing some amazing things too.
I think the thing is people are not anymore now, but people were way into the immersive idea, and everybody loved immersion because all these big wigs were coming in with their big immersive ideas.
Right.
So everybody is more inclined to wanting to go to something that has more than just sit down and watch and experience and leave. They wanted to come to something that you have to do something. You don't know what it is sometimes.
Right.
There's a cool story. There's a thing going on. There's a reason to talk about it later because you're like, I went to this thing. You never heard of it before.
Yeah.
So I think that happened with the horror community as well because like Tim was pushing it for so many years with the Mile High Horror.
Right.
And that really spurred a lot. And then there was the stuff up at Stanley. There's all that stuff going on that really just got people way into the horror community again. And now with the fascination of owning VHSs and like all this cool old technology, people want to do it.
There's that kind of that collector's culture going on. But don't forget too, like Denver, Colorado in general has a fantastic haunted house community
Yeah,
too.
right. Yeah. Ever since I worked, I mean, I was working in it in the Brutal Planet days. It's just
right, when it was Alice Cooper Distortions Unlimited.
It's always been known as one of the best places to go for some of the best haunted houses because they always do like way over the top experiences. So
yeah, with you guys putting on your own event and everything, what is the favorite event for you to do that's horror related? In Denver, right?
Best thing in Denver to go to do
for you?
For me,
yeah. What do you like to do?
Well, I do like the arcade community. So to me, Hyperspace was already kind of like scary because they had goth music going on in there.
Oh, nice.
And it's a dark, scary arcade. And I just loved being in that kind of environment. And in my mind, that's horror.
Right.
Because a lot of the games of that time were horror-based and weird, like mythical creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel I just felt like I was in some sort of weird horror movie or something. So that's my favorite thing to do.
Nice.
I do like to see, like, we went to some immersion events that were pretty amazing. Like, you're like, wow, they set this up really fast and it's pretty cool. For the Denver Startup Week, we went to one that was really amazing.
Cool.
I just like to be in the culture of the people doing this stuff. Like doing the Mile High Horror Film Festival is amazing because you're there with the people that really support that, and you really can kind of talk to them about what's going on in that community.
Most definitely.
That's always the coolest thing. So
nice. Bo?
Oh boy, what's my favorite thing to do that's kind of horror related here? Colorado's got a pretty rich history of horror. I've always been a fan of just finding something weird that you just stumble upon around the state. It's kind of the hidden gem of our state is find things, old abandoned graveyards from like mining days, filled with children's graves or something.
Yeah.
Cool things like that. That's really what I love about Colorado and its horror relationship is we just have so much already here that we don't even much as Hollywood's welcome to come.
Yeah, yeah.
Got enough here too.
That's cool. The and Bo, have you always like been interested in this, or was this just something that you got pulled into with Ryan here and his apron? Was that just something that you naturally gravitate towards?
I'd only probably been to maybe a handful of haunted houses before experiencing HorrorHouse Fest, and I was already getting sucked into pinball. To kind of backtrack on your question there, I like it because it's never the same game twice, and you can't predict where the bad guy is going to be, which is all gutters. But the two just kind of mixed well, and he needed help, and I had a lot of fun, getting out of my normal boring legal job shell and have a little bit of life, bring back. Because
you're an attorney by day, aren't you?
I wish. Well, not for the
at night. I put this stuff in my face. No, okay.
I'm a glorified paralegal.
Oh, nice. Hey, so Ryan, with the film background and everything too, you also have a number of bands. And you were talking about like the goth music at Hyperspace.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously my favorite musical project that you do is of course Genesir. Okay. So every time I plug that.
Which is awesome because I've seen your Genesir and coffee posts.
Right.
Quite a bit. So it's cool.
Yeah. So that's for most of you out there are pretty much uninitiated. But Genesir is a 2-man industrial act with you.
3-man now.
Oh, 3-man.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys expanded. So you got somebody operating the fan or something.
Yeah, there's one guy who just sprays us.
Yeah,
he has a squirter bottle.
Oh, he's the mirror guy
just
from.
It's a very fine mist.
From the more Stay in the Time.
Right. It's a very, very fine mist. If it gets a little bit too much, I don't like it.
Yeah. You're like, back off.
No, that's too much. Yeah. There's a lot of times I'm doing that during a show. I'm like, no, too much. And I have to stop the whole show. I've canceled 4 shows already because of that misting problem.
I wanted misted, not moist.
Not moistened.
Not moistened.
It's misty.
I'm
Very
working with electronics here.
You gotta think like very, very light. Airy.
Oh man! So doing that. I mean, you are a producer. You're the talent on stage. I mean, and for that, for Genesir, like HorrorHouse Fest, I mean, it is a pretty involved, kind of like a stadium type show that operates on 4 square feet of stage. It's pretty impressive.
Oh.
It's very, very involved. So when are you going to bring Genesir into HorrorHouse Fest?
Here it is. Perfect timing.
We need
That song has started again for all you fans of that song. You write it down.
Can you guys hear it?
Get your phone out.
Can
Get
you guys
your
hear
app
it?
out. Listen. Put the phone up. You'll find it.
Turn all the way.
No. Okay, so I want to do Genesir live.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I want you to.
It is a nightmare on stage.
No,
It's a nightmare to do it.
It's a lot of working parts.
It's really hard. And when you say talent on stage, I don't know if I agree with that. It's more like a
You
screaming,
can disagree. I will disagree with your disagreement.
being a weird ass,
I can't do
losing my mind.
Yeah.
That was a project to lose my mind to.
Excellent.
Because you need that sometimes. Because a lot of times you're doing I was doing a thing called Shoreline Dream, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
It's been since 2006 that we
Right.
started that. But this is like a different side of that. It's like this immense, scary, dark, screaming,
Right.
brutal side. Because I was always into death metal bands too, and I was in death metal bands. That's how I started. So I was in a couple death metal bands. Then I was in an industrial band that wasn't really industrial, but we kind of called ourselves industrial.
Uh-huh.
And then I was in a goth band,
Right.
and we were actually on Cleopatra Records for a minute, which is
cool.
super cool
Yeah.
at the time,
Yep.
right?
I know
When MP3.com was a cool thing. And then I got into shoegaze, so it started getting lighter and lighter.
Mhm.
And I even have a drone project called the Parallel Light that's super droney and supposed to make you fall asleep. This was just supposed to be let's just let loose and be crazy scary.
Right.
And that's why I think that's why we connected on that, because you're into the
I like scary. I like
vibe.
things that make me fear.
Yeah, you were fearful.
I like pooping myself.
Yeah, so every
It's
time
nice.
he hears that, he claims me, and I have to go and clean him, and it's terrible.
That's right.
Because he's always wanting me to paint him and do all this weird stuff. He's trying to do this live painting. Are you talking to somebody? Are you talking to yourself? Who are you talking to?
I'm sorry. Did you say something? Who dat?
Who's that? So yeah, we're just partiers. I don't know what the question was.
That's okay. So we're starting to wrap up here in a few minutes. Again, where do people need to go? When do they need to go there? And how can they party with you?
Okay, so it's at Mutiny Information Cafe. Okay, you're just going down Broadway. You're driving down Broadway, left-hand side of the street. You're gonna see it. It's on the corner. It's a bookstore. Okay, you know about this place. It's one of the coolest places in Denver.
It is a cultural epicenter.
It's an epic epicenter.
Epic center.
Epic
Okay,
center.
epic center. Not sounds nice too.
You want to be there on Saturday, March 21st.
Yep.
Saturday, March 20th. That's not open yet. March 21st, you're going to want to come in. You can come in all day, and you can be in the Haunt Cave and just see what it looks like and play the games for a small fee for that. Or you can stay at 6 o'clock, and that's when the big event happens, where there's the actors and there's all the props going, and there's trigger moments and all this crazy stuff going down, and you see the full story. That's from 6 till 10. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you need to see this online, you can go to our YouTube channel for Bloodshed Death Bath. Okay? If not, don't go there. Just go to bloodshedddeathbath.com. Okay? And just come into our thing. I hope it happens. This whole virus thing's freaking me out. And I don't know what to do right now. And if you're not talking to us right now, what do we know? So go get our tickets, because you need to get tickets, because it could sell out. Because it has before. It has sold out before. I'm not saying it's going to sell out, but I want you to see it if you're going to be able to go. We want you to see this thing. This thing takes so much work to put together. So please come down.
And
I love you.
And if you don't want to give us foot traffic to our websites, just go to eventbrite.com, look it up. It's on there.
Yes.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming on to the show, and then also inviting me into your bat cave, because this thing is always so much fun. We'll take a bunch of like cutesy little selfies, and then post them to there so you get a better idea of all the cool things that you want to come and steal. No, because we're not posting this address. It's secret because it's the Batcave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want Joker showing up.
Anyways.
Yeah.
It's not real.
No, it isn't.
It's actually just a set
it lives here.
Basement of Mutiny. So
yeah, it's really in Mutiny.
We're in the basement of Mutiny. We just lied to you this whole time.
That's right.
Sorry.
Do you know that, Jim? This was there
This
the
is
whole
what it
time.
looks like now down there.
Jim.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
You would put a game down here.
Nice. Yeah, thanks again, guys.
You bet. That was awesome.
So, and then, I'm Dan Crozier with COFOH Live Undead. Visit us at COFOHorror.com. We've got all these guest announcements. We've got Steve Niles, the creator of 30 Days of Night. We've got Branky Stevens from Slumber Party Massacre.
Oh, sweet.
And then Brian Bonzel from the horror film Mikey, but he was also, most notably was Worf's kid on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, really?
So
that's amazing.
And best of all is he's from Denver.
Oh, really?
He's a local yokel.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're gonna be rolling out announcements for who got in for tabling and all that to the vendors. But, make sure to go onto the website. We've got panel submissions up, and we are taking sponsors. So if you want to work with us, we want to work with you. We want to be your friends. And, we hope you come out and support this creative culture that is horror. Yay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night. We're going to sign off, and I'm going to do this like so.